Welcome to South Sudan today. My name is Myong Kwant. You are watching us live in the United States. It is on Wednesday, July, the month of the independence of South Sudan. It was just a week ago, actually exactly a week ago, when we celebrated the independence, or when we marked the independence of South Sudan. I want to say hello to everyone. Hi to wherever you might be. I want to welcome you to South Sudan today. We was not live last week because of some circumstances, but we are back tonight and we will be discussing more as usual, talking about the issues of our countries and the issues that are affecting our communities. Dr. Taj will not be in again tonight as he went to the vacation and he is at a place where he might not be able to join us. But for now, I want to welcome everyone. And tonight is a time where we will be discussing live all the issues that we have missed last week as well as this week. So I am inviting everyone that has a suit and a smile. That's all we need from you, and we will be right on. We will be discussing politics, but we start now with our community events, with our community topics that are happening, and of course, whatever you may have, join us with it. And we will definitely talk about what is happening in our country back in South Sudan. So, I will give you some little music for now, but I will be right back. Don't go away.
Today we are free. Oh yes, we are free at last. Freedom has come today. We had a dream, burning like a fire. Yeah, dream has come true today.
Welcome to South Sudan today. My name is Myong Kwant, and we are live in the United States. I want to welcome anybody that has just joined. I want to welcome those who have been here with us. It's a great pleasure to be live with you, and I am inviting all of you tonight so that we can discuss at length the issues of our country, the issues of our community. So, I want to start with some news within Nebraska, where I am, the middle of America. First of all, if you live in Nebraska, we do have an opportunity for young South Sudanese students who might not have computers. We have links with the Dewey Space. Dewey Space here in Nebraska, and I hope that is somewhere wherever you might be in the United States. Dewey Space is a program. It's more like in a library where children and young adults and everyone's name it go there and use computers. So Dewey Space has a lot of computers and bring people together and have the community use their computer for free. But now they have stubborn nudge that they have put new computers together, and these are laptops from Google, and they decided to offer them to South Sudanese communities. Not only South Sudanese community, but it's 10 for South Sudanese community now. So if you live in Nebraska, specifically here in Omaha, Lincoln area, in Douglas County, and some counties around as well, you are invited. All you need to do is to go to Dewey Space, and I actually sent it to my page. You will be able to see the address there, and you need only two things. You need to be a member. One, you get your membership, and then you will fill out the application, just about 2 pages, just asking your address and your age, where you live, and all that. Then every families will be able to have 2 computers, and those are meant for the students that might not have privilege to have computers. And even if they have computers, these computers that will be divided next week, I will tell you the date, they are equipped with the internet, and you will have internet throughout the whole year until next year, 2023, June 29th. All you will need to do is every 3 months, you will send an email saying that my internet finished, then they will send it back to you again. So it's going to be July 29th on Friday, and that will be 5 p.m. And if you have any questions, you can also send me a message through my messenger or through my name, or I send it outside there. If you have any question while you are live and you know someone, even if you are not in Nebraska, you know someone that can get access to that, please don't not let that chance go. Let's get those for our children so that they will be able to do their homeworks when the times come. So that's what I want to give you as what is happening here in Nebraska. And again, I want to welcome our sister Nyagile Munar for sharing our live video. Thank you very much, Nyagile, for the great job you have done. And I want to take a shout to Gadwuru Medid, Tungwar, Jang Tungwar. How are you doing in Khartoum? And I hope you guys are doing good. And again, our super fan, Sarah Doll, good evening to you as well. I want to say hi to Blin, John, Jock. Please let us know where you are watching. If you are here in the United States, wherever you may be here in this world that has been brought together by the internet. So I will not know. What I know now is that our brother is watching from Khartoum. That is Tungwar Jang Tungwar. Nyagile, I'm sure you might be here in the United States or somewhere in Australia or Canada. I don't know, but let us know where you are watching from. Sarah Dole, yes, of course, I know where you are. Blin John Jock, I do not know, but I want to know where you are watching from, and let us know how you guys are doing wherever you may be. So now, getting back to our central topic, and I also want to highlight some of the news here that are running around. and we will be also discussing them. And before that, I will send you the links for those who might want to come. On the news for South Sudan tonight, or what is happening today, is that the parliament has summoned 3 governors over clashes and this week. And then there's a breaking news: 18 people killed as fighting erupted between the rival Kidguang forces in Pijikang here in South Sudan. And Pagan has said, and I think actually is not very far away from being right, Kir is using revitalized peace deal to divide Machar's party, which will not be the case because we will not let ourselves be divided by someone else. Of course, it is happening, part of the politics. We know how to go about it. Thank you so much, Pagan, for letting that know. If you are saying that out of pure honesty, that is very true. I agree with you. So I will be right back. Let me get the link, send it to you, and we'll dive into our discussion. But for now, I'm going to give you some music. Thank you. Welcome to South Sudan today. Again, this is Myong live in the United States. We have been talking about for a very long time the issues that are affecting our communities and, of course, our country. Tonight, we want to dive into what is really happening. We have just heard that people are killing themselves in the Newcam, and these are the same group that have broken away from the SPLMIO. So we have not gotten the full news yet, but it's something that is happening. It should not be happening. It should not be part of what is happening, because we have a peace that, of course, not going very well, but we rather turn our head to that, what is happening, instead of killing ourselves. Because those that have been killed, 18 people that have been just killed within the same group, we'll never get them back. So this is very unfortunate. And for those who might have connection or know more than what the rest know, I could only send my condolences to those families and for them to stop whatever they are doing. So it's not right, and it's very, very, very wrong. So now, one of the biggest things that have been grappling us for a long time is about the slowness of how the peace agreement is going. And this is something that I want to discuss tonight, part of our topic. We have just turned, our nation just turned 11th this month, on the 9th. We all know that. And yet, our country is still in turmoil. And that is something that all of us will need to look at. The reason why I want to discuss this broad topic tonight is because I want to invite anybody that will have burning issues that is part of what is actually killing our people. We will mostly talk about, because I have the segment of SPLMIO tonight, myself and Simon Tood, also known as Jankop Ganya Tungong, we will be discussing the affairs of the SPLMs and how our party relates to these issues that are happening now. But for now, this is for all South Sudanese, and we want to discuss about what is happening. Another topic that we cannot shy away, we have been actually discussing it for a long time, is about the dredging and the Jonglei Canal that is the biggest issue now in South Sudan. My question to everyone here is that it's obvious that South Sudanese have united for the first time against dredging, against the resumptions of Jonglei Canal. Something that I would applaud the security for the first time to let South Sudanese speak their mind. Because those who opposed the Jonglei Canals, supposed to do, as well as those who are for it, have been very vocal and speak their mind, and this is very good. It's not something bad. That is very good. But my question is, why is it South Sudanese come together for the first time against? There are more that are against the Jonglei Canals and against the dredging. I am not an expert when it comes to this. Of course, I was born in our canals. I know about waters, but that's all I know. I can swim, I have no problems. I can drink water, and there are no problems. I can even shed water from the river and also tributaries. But I'm not an expert. But my question here is that it seems that people in South Sudan have been united either for or against what is happening as far as the dredging of our rivers and as well as the resumptions of Jonglei canals. We have listened to leaders, they have spoken. We have listened to the experts, they have spoken. Even the foreign experts, they have spoken. Before anybody can decide what direction we want to decide, my question is that why is it South Sudanese are united either against or for what is happening. And if you are part of those who oppose the Jonglei Canal's resumptions, that is well and good. And I want to know that, and also the rest of us, but the reason why are we opposing? This is a question that I want to throw out. I have seen people here greeting Court William. Hey, how are you, Court? Greeting to you as well. I greet you wherever you are. I'm sure you're in the United States, brother. I want to say, oh, that's my sister, Blind Don Job. You have a nickname. I never get to know that. See, it's also Sunnis live very far from one another, even relatives. Don't even know their relatives' name. Yadwab, I greet you and your family in Australia, and also greet the rest of the Australians as well. So, we want to talk about this issue tonight. And I need, before I open it, I need those who want to come live so that we can hit on to that topic. But for now, I also wanted to give you a short break, giving you a little music. Then I will come back to discuss the topic of our choosing. Don't go away. We will be right back.
Young boy, Lord Mugwa and Shannon, Yakka Kawarina, don't make a more day ganja. Come here by your bill. Will I do Badundan Kerry?
For the march, Lloyd the Yam, Lloyd the Kana may come round, Captain Lady Algoran, Ganga, welcome you go be you, Lloyd
Yalchingarum, Purachugoinan, Did Kudial Chica Choida, Tayan and welcome, Chicken Yal, Jin Karadu, Nyali Jin Kara. Hey, Bang, open King Major Kana Queen. Baratul Kadwini Denka yet can. Look by the Kajiba Ben Kajika Chokan. Burangasa. Point Mugwa, right Mugwa. Hit to go, young to go. Like you and by your tea. Nyal by your tea. Baby. Lloyd Mugwa and Shannon. Yakka Kawarina, don't make a more day ganja. Come here by your bill. Will I do Badundan Kerry?
For the march, Lloyd the Yam, Lloyd the Kana may come round, Captain Lady Algoran, Ganga, welcome you go be you, Lloyd Namnia, Namnia, Conjal Ladity, Ringa you beauty quite quiet. Ya can ye go long yo, you can you make can Namnia, con young again. You want me by what do Paraguay do? Navana, you may look in I would the entire but like Shaman go like the go pay Jagasha.
Lloyd Mugwa and Shannon, Yakka Kawarina, don't make a more day ganja. Come here by your bill. Will I do Badundan Kerry?
For the march, Lloyd the Yam, Lloyd the Kana may come round, Captain Lady Algoran, Ganga, welcome you go be you, Lloyd
She not Guadajuk,
she no Guadajuk.
Mingoraman, she come fella, Quanjal Kelduda, Chabashi in a dunga, Shangan con be like Shara, Yan be like Tiamo, or the march, Lloyd the Jamaica G, Lloyd the Kana may come round, Japan, Adial Goran, Ram again, welcome you go be you know, Lloyd do by your key. Or the march, Lloyd the Jamaica G.
Welcome to South Sudan today. My name is Myong Kwant. Of course, this is our topic. I put it up, but I did not send it to you guys. Sorry for that. and the topic read. If you can read our screens there. South Sudanese have a rare unity against or for the resumptions of the Jonglei Canal. We have all listened to the experts. We have all listened to leaders. We have all listened to South Sudanese. I want to bring you on live tonight with me here on South Sudan today. And let's discuss whether you for it or you are against it. I want to bring you in and let's discuss about it. What is it that brings people together for the first time? Because South Sudanese rarely would come together for one issue. But this time, they come together. Is it because they are against the government of national unity? Is it because they are for the government of national unity? And another rare thing that happens also, President Salva Kiir is against his own ministers and vice president. What is going on in South Sudan? So let's hear from your perspective and mine as well, because I will be able to show you my cover, what is I am for or I'm not for. So I want to welcome you and those who want to discuss with us. I have a message from Moses Moore. Good morning to you all, my peoples. May Almighty Allah, knowledge, Madol, Alazim bless you all. But don't forget, we are one nation and one love and unity and peace. One nation and one love. I can't read the rest of that. But anyway, thank you so much, Moses Moore. This is how South Sudan is not one nation. When one brother can't even read the other language. Why? Because we have never wanted to come together. But I like your message. We really need to be one nation, and let it reflect what the one nationness is for. So I want to welcome anybody else that wanted to come so that I can start the topic, because I want people to come in live so that we can talk about why. I want to know who's going to be the first so that we can hit out. But the last segment later will be with me and Simon, known as Ganya Tungong, and we'll be talking about the SPLM IO tonight. We'll be discussing about the affair of the SPLM IO in South Sudan as well as outside South Sudan. So the blue world will get even more bluish. So, but for now, I want to hear your perspective on what really brings South Sudanese together. So this is something that we need to discuss tonight. But before we have anybody that comes in, I want to highlight some of the point. Before this came to light, the government of national unity, or revitalized government of national unity, sat and decide to welcome the Jonglei Canal resumption. The question is, why is the president backing down now? And we have heard his point. Not from him, but from those who actually supported what the president is doing. But my question here is that a government that sat together at the ministerial levels decided that these Jonglei canals will be resumed. They welcomed the equipment from Egypt. But all of a sudden, things have changed. I'm not saying that is wrong, but I want to know why. Because if all of them decided to resume the Jonglei Canal without coming to the people, and now the people are going against what the government accepted. We wanted to know why. And that's the base of my question. But the next question for me is, how is it that South Sudanese, for the first time, come together and decide to go against the president for the first time. So that's something I really want to know. But I will be right back. Let me give you some music short for a very short time, and then I will be right back so we'll discuss this together. Welcome to South Sudan today. My name is Myong Kwant. Yes, our topic is the rare unity that South Sudanese have come together about Jonglei Canal, and there are those who come together against it, and those who come together for it. They even have a social site on separate issue. I mean, on separate. Against or for it separately. So this is very interesting. I wanted to know why, because I have a lot to say about this, but I'm waiting for those who have been sending me texts that they are coming, so that we will discuss together. But for now, while we're waiting for them, the Parliament of South Sudan, whether you think it's a parliament or not, it is actually a parliament. It's just that it hasn't produced anything yet. Three governors could appear before the floor of the revitalized transitional government of national unity, and they will be talking about the security of those. 26 lawmakers from Jonglei, Eastern, and Central Equatorial State on Wednesday, July 20th, pressed the House to summon state bosses from the aforementioned area to come and explain what the killing of civilians is all about. So they say that cases of Nyangala, Buma of Lira, Payam, Honorable Samuel Boriloti, who read the motion, those who have actually sent the motion. So, and now, I don't know even if they call them for, if they summon them, I don't know what they will, because the House is very much divided, I'm very sure. And I don't understand anything will come out of what, if there's any new thing that will come out of why, if they go to the parliament. Because as long as we are divided in the top, nothing will definitely go anywhere. Another news that is really heartbreaking is about the 18 people that were killed in Penyuka between the Kidgwang rivals. Now they have rivals themselves, so it just should not be happening. You know, Apenal should not be used as a place where people are playing for life. That's not right. If you are against the government, then come out and then you're against the government. Don't kill your own, your own soldiers. It just doesn't make any sense. So it was not too long ago when the scapegoating was about the SPLM IO led by Dr. Mashar has done this, has done that. Now, why are you killing yourself again? But I definitely put blame on the on the politics of South Sudan, because I agree with Pagan. Someone is dividing the SPLM IO so that they will get the benefit of this unity, something that will not happen. And hopefully so, yes, it will not happen for sure. Now I'm still waiting for Brother Peter said that he's coming very soon. Chat, I will wait for you. I hope you have the links. Let me send in the link one more time so that we will discuss it. Yes. So the topic again, let me highlight. Our topic is about the Jonglei Canal. Why is South Sudanese, many South Sudanese, from those who support the resumption of Jonglei Canal and those who are against the resumption of Jonglei Canal. And for the first time, they come together. You know, there's so many things that happen in South Sudan. So many obvious things that have happened, but South Sudan not coming together. I want to know why. And this is something that we need to discuss, and we need to talk more about it. While we are waiting for those who are coming, I want to throw this at you, if okay. This time, for those who are in diaspora, specifically in the United States, it is July, and time for school is very, very close. I want to advise families, mothers and fathers to think about your children going back to school. One of the biggest problems that happen when kids start school is because during the summer, they lose the routine of going to bed. So I would advise you as parents, myself as well, that there's a time now that you let your children go to bed as if they are going to school tomorrow. Why? Because when August comes, because our school are being started at different time. So when August comes, then our children will not have huge problem not waking up. Even wherever that doesn't have to be United States, wherever you might be, when kids have taken a break, the time they are going back would be a problem. So I want to advise that to you, that in July, going toward August, it's time to make sure that you send your children to bed right on time, as if they are going to school tomorrow. Some of the kids are going to summer school, so they will be okay because they will be waking up normally, even though summer schools tend to start late. So that's something that I want to throw in while I'm waiting for our live debate that will be coming. Second, I want to also repeat myself of what I told people who are living living in Nebraska, specifically Lincoln and Omaha area. Dewey Space is a more like a library where people go and use computers. It's fully modern techs there. They have great computers. They have free internet. You go there and turn it into your own office. But now they have free computers. And these computers will be distributed to families. All you need to do is you must be 18 years old and you must have an address, and that's all is needed. You need to go there and fill out applications. When you fill the application out, then with your membership on July 29th at 5 p.m., I will be there to help distribute that to you guys. So don't miss it. First come, first serve. If you miss that, the time is 5 p.m. and if you come around 6:30, then I'm afraid that you might not get one for your children. And if you have children that are over age of 18 and they are all living in the house with you, you will all end up with only 2 computers. But if they are in schools or they live by themselves, definitely yes, they will. They have their own address and they will be able to get their own computers. It is a chance because this computer is equipped with a free internet. And that internet, well, some people say that, that internet is tracking me. But it was not being tracked wherever you go, because if you use your internet, even in your house, it's being tracked as well. But nobody tracks you. It's just that a chance to give our young ones to be able to do their homework. They don't have to go to library every day. Since they will have the computer will have the internet. It's perfectly good for them. So this is a message I want to give to our folks in Nebraska, specifically here in the area of Lincoln and Omaha. But let's go back to our topic. In South Sudan, South Sudanese have come together. Whether you are in diaspora or you are back in South Sudan, people who oppose what is happening about the Jonglei canals come from all kinds of all areas in South Sudan, from all walk of life, and they are refusing the resumption of Jonglei Canal. Same token, those who also for it come from all corners of South Sudan, and they think that what is happening will help us with the flooding that is happening. We have listened to the expert, and the expert have given us what they know. They have warned what they know that might happen, and they have given us also the pros and cons of why the Jonglei Canal can be resumed or why it should not be resumed. Same with dredging, but I want to discuss this at length. So that's why I'm not jamming into myself alone. I'm waiting for those who are coming to discuss this with me. But now, let me not be a talking head for a long time. Let me give you some music, but I will be right back. You don't go away. We'll be back.
Today we are free. Oh yes, we are free at last. Freedom has come today. We had a dream, burning like a fire.
Welcome to South Sudan today. My name is Myong Kwant. Yes, we are live in the United States and we are welcoming everyone tonight to discuss our topic. It is on the screen and we want to exhaust why is it South Sudanese are coming together for the first time for or against the Jonglei Canal. Yes, you don't have to be an expert, but it's your country. You have to say it of what is happening. It's not a problem. It's fine. But let's discuss that. Let's talk about it. Jonglei Canal was one of the problems a long time, way before the war of 1983. In fact, some of the experts are saying that what caused the war in 1983, one of the reasons why was because of Jonglei Canal. But why was it so contested? What was the problem? The expert have told us that Egyptians are taking our water. But to me, that's not enough because water is already flowing to Egypt. We know that. So why was it so contested so much way before we became independent? This is something that we need to discuss at length. Second, also is what is it that why is Egypt so into this Jonglei Canal? Why is it so into taking our water to Egypt? Egypt have enough water? Well, not really quite enough. But is it purely because of the water? Or is it Egypt trying to mingle with our countries? Is it Egypt trying to come back and take part of South Sudan as they took part of Malakal even today? Or what is it Egypt needed? So let's talk about it. That's nothing wrong or right, but it will be your point. I want to hear from you. You don't have to be an expert. You just need to come from our country. You don't even have to have been born in South Sudan, but we want to hear from you. For those who are for the resumption of Jonglei Canal, we have heard our leaders also, those who are actually for it. They have told us that there's nothing wrong. They have their views on that. And this is what we really need to exhaust. Hi, Upio. How are you doing? Thank you for coming, Upio, and thank you for watching. If you have any comment, don't try, tell us. If you have something that we need to know, yes, we need to know. Because today I have opened it for everybody. We need to discuss the Jonglei Canal. And if there's any other topic that we should, you can also come up with it. But for now, it's very important that we need to know. Why is it South Sudanese come together for the first time? There's so many things that have happened in South Sudan. There's so many things that, including even wars, people never come together against one bad thing that is happening. But people are against the Jonglei Canal, and there are people that are for Jonglei Canal. They all come from opposing views. So, let me say hi to our viewers. For those who have already made it, I say hi to our sister Nyagile Munar already because she has sent our message and share our live show all the way. Again, I want to shout out to our brother Tungwar Jang Tungwar in Khartoum. You are doing a good job for the world of IO, brother. And then our super fan Sarah Doll. I want to say hi to you, my sister Blink John Jock. Say hi to you, and brother August Ayik. I don't know if you're still there, but I want to say hi to you wherever you might be. And then to our brother Quad William Moore, who is here with us in the United States, I believe. And Peter Billow, you said that you were coming, but you haven't seen me yet. And then our sister Upio Ubal. So these are the people that have that I want to say hi to for being there and watching us live. But my topic tonight, as I put on the screen, South Sudanese have a rare unity against or for the resumption of Jonglei Canal. The question is why. So, if we oppose Jonglei Canal because it is ethics to our lives, if we oppose Jonglei Canal because it is not only take our water, but also going to dry our land. It's those who will take life who will take life, and it will take our properties, it will take our water, it will leave us with a dry land. This is one of the views, and these are the cases that the experts have highlighted. And then those who are for it are saying that because of the flood that is happening, something that I don't have any more knowledge of, because of the flood that is happening, Jonglei Canal actually has helped because it has taken some of the water away. And these are the discussion that's happening now. But my question that I'm giving to people, I need people to answer this question. You don't have to be an expert that answers. Why is it for the first time South Sudanese come together against or for? I want to give an example. There's so many things that have happened in South Sudan. And I understand the reason why those who oppose the resumption of Jonglei Canal is because it is going to be dangerous to our people. That I understand very well. It brought those from Barbazal, those from Equatoria, and those from now together. Even those who are not even friends, they become friends because they oppose what the Egyptians are doing in our country. And the same tokens, there are those also who think that this dredging is going to open our rivers. Because long before, I don't know if you are older, if you were born in 1960s, then you will know that those days our rivers used to be dredged because in order for the river boat to pass through all the way. But because of the war now, they have been completely blocked. Like I told you that I'm not an expert, but I don't understand why is it wrong that our river should not be open so that the people, the water transportation will be freely moving anywhere we want. So these are the things that people are discussing, and I'm so glad that our people are talking completely their mind and free. Whether you know what happened or you do not know what happened, it is your country. But my questions, again, I will ask. Why are people coming together? Even the leaders of this country who came together are now separate, and they are going separate way. So this is very interesting. Hi, brother Fan. Too much echo. Chief correspondent, can you minimize the noise? Okay, I will try my best. That's something I will. Thank you very much, brother Fan, for letting me know, because I can hear myself. But let me go out and rectify this echo that might be happening. Okay, let me put that on some music here for you guys.
Suckman Production.
Welcome back to South Sudan. Today, my name is Myong Kwant. I don't know if the echo is still on. I won't have any way to know it, but let me know. Text me something if you can't hear me very well. But for now, I do have our brother. Peter is with us. I'm going to bring him in. Peter, let me know. Give me a thumbs when you are ready, so that we can start our debate or somehow our discussions about the Jonglei Canal. I want to say hi to Skinny. Skinny, I'm going to. I can't read that very well. Anyway, welcome Kenneth for to the show. I want to welcome Brother Lazarus. Welcome to the show, and Martha Kier. Welcome to the show. That's my sister as well in Australia. Brother Peter, welcome to the show. How are you?
I am doing great, Ambassador. Nice to see you. It's been a while. I haven't come to your show today, so I decided let me come and contribute to Ambassador topic. This is a wonderful topic. When I saw that it's about assumption of Jonglei Canal, I thought it would be a good idea for me to have my own opinion. This is a wonderful topic. I think most of South Sudanese today, they're using Facebook, Clubhouse instead of Facebook. That's why also on weekdays, in North America, we're so busy.
Right. Yes, I understand. Welcome to the show again. It's been a while, and we miss your controversial topics as well. So, how are you?
I am doing great. I'm doing great, Ambassador. Nice to see you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, before we dive into our topic, what is going on in Pinyika? How much?
In where? In where?
In Northern Upper Nile.
I'm not going to answer that. I will focus on the topic. So, if there's anything of what's going on, if you call me private, I will tell you. So One of the reasons I come on these topics is just to contribute on Jonglei Canal. If there's some other information that you want to get, you can call me privately, and I will, give you what I know. I don't even think that I don't know a lot. You and I have this.
That to me, that's okay then. So that tells me that you are shying away from the group that you long to help and follow. So let's segue to our main topic. You're right. Let's go at it again. Now we are talking about the Jonglei resumptions, and for those who support it and those who do not support the resumption of Jonglei Canal. Now, before we get into it, what side are you?
Well, first of all, let me introduce myself to the audience and to those who don't even know who I am. I go with Peter Bilou, which is for those who speak Nuer, Bilou and Koin, they're all the same. My first name is Koin. When you had Christian Peter Koinin, I'm on the side of those who are opposing resumption of Jonglei Canal.
All right.
You asked me a question and I answered it short.
I got you.
Before I give my explanation, I'm on the side that opposing.
I'm so glad for the first time you are giving us a very precise and short answer. Now,
right. Sometimes, Ambassador, you make me laugh. It's very rare for me to laugh, than you always make me laugh when I'm in your show.
Does that mean a good thing or a bad thing? It's very rare for you to laugh.
I would say it is a good thing. People don't make me feel happy. It seems like you're the only person who makes me feel happy.
Well, I take that as an honor if that's the case. Yes. But now, let me play a clip of those who thinks nothing wrong about the resumptions of the Jonglei Canal.
Again, usable for navigation. The advantages of the river transport is already told to you. I don't want to talk about it. But let us change our mindset about dredging. The past history tells us it has always been done. Why does it become a big issue now when we are in difficulties? We are unable to construct roads, rail, because of its expense. If we can make use of our river in transportation, why can't we not do it? When we know if there are disadvantages, they are lesser than the advantages we get in not doing it. You see, so that's why we are supporters of dredging, because we think that is the best. And history, records, if you go to records, we don't see something dangerous that will affect South Sudan because of the dredging, of clearing weeds on our tributaries.
All right, now let's take one at a time. Dr. Macha is talking about dredging, and he will segue to the Jonglei Canal itself in a short while. But let's talk about dredging. Like I told you, I'm not an expert. I'm not agreeing with him. I'm not opposing him until I come to the end of this discussion, because I will have a position on this. Brother Blue, on dredging part, Dr. Macha and others think that there is nothing wrong. It has been done before. That's how it would used to be long before the war in South Sudan. Why is it a problem now?
Well, let me speak on dredging, as you said it. I would agree, the dredging part, as long as South Sudan government is doing it. The equipment that was used, it is South Sudan equipment. There is nothing wrong in dredging. But what I don't like is resumption of Jonglei Canal, because the consequences is it will take our water, including our feed, to Egypt, and we will have nothing left. But dredging, when you use the word dredging, you open the river that we have, you make it wider. Also, you make the water flow, and then it actually will reduce one of the problems that we had mostly in certain places like Bentiu and Jonglei State. If you dredge those small river and you make it bigger, the water will flow, and then it will go to the big river and will go somewhere. There is nothing wrong when you talk about dredging, but there's something wrong in resumption of Jonglei Canal. You're dealing with two different things. People need to know the difference between dredging and the assumption of Jonglei Canal. I would also support dredging if it is South Sudan using it to open all this. Let's say in dredging, you can, we have the river called Nirol, where our county is named from. You can open it and make it wider. The water can come from Tarir Malwal and it will flow into Nirol, and it will give those of low enough water. If you do it that way, there's nothing wrong with it. But if you dig it, Jonglei Canal, so that you want our water to flow to Egypt, that is where many South Sudanese have problem, and that is where I have problem. If Dr. Ek is talking about dredging, openings, those small lakes a little bit wider, so that the water can come in, or the rainwater can flow through that and go through the river, there is nothing wrong. I'm not expert. My education, social science. I'm not an engineer. So this is the basic knowledge that I know about dredging. There's nothing wrong when it comes to dredging. As long as South Sudan has the equipment of dredging our river, there's nothing wrong. But I don't trust Egyptians to bring their equipment trying to come and dredge, because it's not going to simply be dredging. There will, what majority of South Sudanese don't like, including those of us that are SPLM IG. Let me make it very clear, I'm SPLM IG. I'm not, as you know, I'm not an IO. I'm an SPLM party supporter. I will always be SPLM. I'm still loyal to the part of SPLM that I was the SPLA, and when I came to America, I became the SPLM. I still supported that party. I support dredging, but not resumption of Jonglei Canal, because they are totally two different things. So when you talk about resumption of Jonglei Canal, that's what I oppose. If you're talking about opening our river and make it wider, I support that.
Well, see, I told you, you are one of the very rare controversial politicians. Now you open another Pandora box. When did you become an IG when you were running for president the other day?
Well, I know if president is not going to allow me to run for president, I'm going to declare myself an independent candidate. Well, I still loyal to the SPLM party. But when it comes to running, I'm going to declare myself as an independent candidate, and I will have my colleague from diaspora vote for me. And as you know, I got a lot of supporters from former SPLA soldiers, former Red Army are supporting me. When time comes for me, if I decide to run, I will have the vote, and I will have the
right. Now let's dive back again to our main topic, right? Our topic is, of course, about the dredging and the resumption of the Jonglei Canal. And you have given clearly your positions why you are you are not against the dredging of the rivers, but you are opposing what is the resumption of Jonglei Canal. Like I told you earlier and told our viewers, I am personally not an expert, but I am a South Sudanese and I will speak my mind on what I think is right and what is wrong. But the biggest part of my question about this topic is about how South Sudanese, for the first time, come together, being united by one issue, and of course, separated also by the same issue. Those who are against these Jonglei canals and also the dredging of our rivers are coming from all kinds of I mean, all areas in South Sudan. They come from all three regions. They all crisscross the party lines, whether you are blue or red, they all end up on one side. And the same things with those who are actually going for the dredging and for the resumption of Jonglei Canal. But I understand your point, Brother Peter, that your problem is not the Jonglei Canal resumption. I mean, it's not the dredging, but it's a Jonglei Canal resumption that you don't want. Now, give me why exactly, apart from saying that you don't like Egyptians. You have listened to the expert, but what is it that you oppose that affect you?
Well, let me mention several things. First of all, the interest of Egyptians is to resume Jonglei Canal and take our water and flow to Egypt. What will
All
happen
right.
if
Before
Jonglei
you
Canal...
say your part, let me play Dr. Machar position so that you will have a good point to pick from him as well, because you are against what he is actually for. Okay? Let me play it.
That is dredging. When people talk of Jonglei Canal, something you are committing a treason. And I explained it to you in the morning why we did that. Now we're in an independent country. Dr. Wani explained very eloquently what is happening in Egypt. The delta used to be three rivers going to the Mediterranean. Now there are over 20. They have dark canals for production.
For our viewers, this is a very bad journalism. These cameras are not clear, they're fuzzy. These are not ours. We are just getting the feed from South Sudan. So you cannot see the speaker very well. The shots are very, very lopsided. So I'm so sorry for the viewers, but this is not our doing. This is not South Sudan today. But let's listen to what the voice is saying, even though the pictures are not very well professionally done.
So Wani explained very eloquently what is happening in Egypt. The delta used to be three rivers going to the Mediterranean. Now there are over 20. They have dark canals for production. If the Jonglei Canal was a colonial project, can we not change the objectives of this canal? He has mentioned a lot that from the Jonglei Canal, you will have also more canals moving eastwards to areas that we need either agricultural production or where we want to give more water to our animals that are traversing that area. This is very simple. 4.4 billion cubic meter of water. Does not have to go to the White Nile. It doesn't have to, because you can control it. When you complete the canal, you will have gates. From the entry of it, you close it if you have enough water in it. At the end of it, at the suburb, you can also close it. And you use the water for either irrigation or for animals. You can also still dredge the streams, the creeks that are within the jungle and connect them to the canal itself so that the canal feeds them. And you have abundant water to the population in Jonglei. You don't need to let the water get into the White Nile if you don't want it to go to the White Nile. You can do that. There is a stream called Nanam in the Murle land, and actually it is an extension of some parts of Keneti. Then it goes to Nanam, then it moves to Geni, it also joins Akobo River.
Yes, Brother Peter. That has a case.
Well, you know, the reason why I laugh,
Yes.
I would say this is the first time in a long time I agree with Dr. Mashal. I agree with the way that he explained it. If I successfully become the president, I would have him be in charge of that. I think he knows exactly. I don't agree with him, but I happen to agree. You know, sometimes.
Well, before you agree, now have you changed your mind? You are for the resumption now. Thank you.
No, no. But when it comes to resumption of canal, I still opposing it. But when you talk about dredging, I talk about our river that has to be controlled.
Peter, the part that was talking about was completely lucidly explaining why it's not a problem to have Jonglei Canal. He even said that we can stop it from the end or from the entry. Now, is it what you are agreeing for?
Well, no, I'm not. I'm not agreeing for Jonglei Canal resuming. What I agree with him was if we dredge our river and we can control it, the water in our pitch is not going to go to Egypt. That is the part that I agree with him. Well, let me tell you this. I disagree when it comes to resumption of Jonglei Canal. And let me tell you the reason why I agree of, resuming Jonglei Canal. Riek is looking far beyond the interest of South Sudan. It is the interest of his party. He has the army that are in cantonment, the training bases. President Kiir said he's not going to give them guns.
But what does that have to do with Jonglei Canal?
Well, let me finish this, Ambassador. Based on the deal that I have heard, Egypt will supply Riek bases with guns and with tanks and everything that will be equivalent to what President Kiir has. On the other hand, President Kiir will not allow his rival to have the same gun that he has. That will balance the power. Therefore, it is not going to happen. President Kiir is not going to allow that if Egypt will, supply Riek soldier. And it was a part of agreement. Because based on what I heard from the very close, somebody who is very close to the president, that based on agreement, the SPLM-IO cantonment camp will be supplied by the government of Egypt in terms of guns and everything, including tanks. Then from there, Jonglei Canal will be resumed. But if it is resumed, what Riek said, Riek tried to convince people that the water will be can be closed if we want to.
Peter,
But
Peter, can
our equipment, we are
Peter,
using. Let me say this, Ambassador. I said,
you refrain from hearsays. What you are saying are things that are hearsays. There's
okay,
no ground on what you are saying.
yes. Well, I'm telling you the truth. But you and
Those,
I, we are in different
your truth is
political.
completely different from others people's truth. So go with what actually will take us forward. Talking
Okay.
about the Egyptian bringing guns to Dr. Mashar. Personally, I would have problems, but that's not the case. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, let's discuss the fact. Let's forget about hearsay, as you said, is correct. You know, the way that I see, if we can control the water, I would support it, and every South Sudanese will support it. If our water and our fish is not going to flow into Egypt, all of us will support that. But if the Young Lake Canal will be resumed by digging it and make it differ, the water and everything will flow into Egypt. So we will have left with nothing. That's why I oppose it. I want to thank President Kiir of listening to our voices with the SPLM party, that I have written a letter and sent to the president telling him that he has to intervene because he was elected by people. And now he comes, he agreed with the people of South Sudan. If we have to do the dredging, it will be we as South Sudanese that will do it, not Egypt. I'm opposing Egyptian.
You are the one who actually reported president that Dr. Riek Machar camp is being funded with, being supplied with gun.
No. I don't even have any access with all this information, but that's what I heard from, people that whom we communicate with in Juba, were saying that there's some deal that was made between Egypt and Riek camp that it will be supplied. Because I was wondering why they agree with this. And it's somebody that is expert in that field, the engineer. He would have known the consequences that will happen if we allow Egypt to do that. And I was told because Riek was promised by Egypt that he would be supplied with a gun and everything. That is what made his position supporting that dredging. So, as I said earlier, I'm still within my position. If it is South Sudan government is do the dredging and equipment belong to us, not Egypt, I will support that. But if Egypt is
Peter, where,
yes.
where, in any nations, even here in America where we are, it's not every equipment that is made by America themselves. Some of them come from another country.
Yeah, from
Where in
China.
the world that the country like South Sudan would get their own huge equipment to dredge their own land, their own rivers? That doesn't make sense. But anyway, let's get back to the. Let's listen to Dr. Machar first, and then we'll get back. Okay.
You can dredge it. You can also make pools in these streams with the machinery that some of us are rejecting. You can do all those. You can create them. So I personally, I was not against the Jonglei from the inception. From the inception. Because I know one thing, rivers regulate themselves. This is science. Rivers regulate themselves. Now, in South Sudan, the fastest river during the rainy season is Sobat. When it meets the water coming from the Bahr Jabal, it blocks the Bahr Jabal water. It takes over, and its water flows. When it becomes dry season, the Bahr Jabal takes over because it becomes stronger. Its current becomes stronger. And then it takes over. As for Bahr el-Ghazal, the Legno is a shallow depression. It's a shallow depression. The entry to Legno from Bahr el-Jabal was pushed by the colonial powers so that they could get into Bahr el-Jabal. Most of it is land. It is very, very narrow when you want to get into Legno. But since, what will you do? The water of the Bahr el-Ghazal basin is purely our water. Nobody can contest it. How do you control it? There's difficulty in controlling it because this is lowland. Unless you do the piling at the entrance of Legno into the Bahr el-Jabal. And the piling is expensive. But if it is important for us that the Bahr el-Jabal water must be a bargaining chip for us, for anybody who wants more water, then you'll have to construct something at its confluence with the Bahr el-Jabal, I mean Bahr el-Ghazal and Bahr el-Jabal. At that confluence, you must do something. But it is going to be an expensive dam. But you'll find yourself, you have no choice. Else it will flow, because once it joins the Bahr el-Jabal and they create the White Nile, you have no other control. And by the way, you must know that Sudan is the one concerned now with the canal. Some of their experts are saying if the canal is completed, then Khartoum will be flooded. So we now have a problem to persuade the brothers in Sudan that, no, we don't want Khartoum to be flooded. We have another design. We will, if we finish along while we are constructing it, we are also making our canals within Jongole, so the water is not going to increase, you know. But leaders in Khartoum say, you finish the Jongole canal, it is going to flood Khartoum. Okay? So they don't need more water. You are in a fix. The Jongole canal, 267 kilometers of it has been dug. Some of you will remember that I said, were it not because of the Jongole canal, Bor would have been submerged in water. Because the dike that has been constructed by the Dutch and the IOM has diverted the discharge, which is the flood, to the Jongole Canal. That's why we were seeing water inside the Jongole Canal. So you can come from Sobat Mouse up to south of Panyagur using boats on it. So already it is an infrastructure that our people are using. To avoid talking about it, it's not fair. You must talk about it. If you want to review some of it, okay, the sooner you do it, the better, rather than delaying it. Because it is us, this generation, before we wither out, to correct whatever misinformation we give you. It will not be the next generation, it is us who will have to correct it. Like what Dr. James told you, it's us who will correct it. Those who have fought the war of liberation. Rather than you destroying your relations with other nations. all. Because you need those other nations. You need to have good relations with them, whether they're Sudanese or they're Egyptians or Ethiopians, whom we share this basin together. So it is us who must give you the correct information so that you don't say it was left to us by our forebears that these guys are bad. We did what we did for purposes of getting independence of this country, and that is done. That is achieved. And therefore, we must correct things. We must correct things. We have no issue with the Egyptians, like we have no issue with the Ethiopians. If they are in conflict, we would help them.
One thing I want to tell my viewer is that this video you're watching here has been deliberately done that way. It is very unfortunate, and I think it's politics involved. There's no way a journalist would not see a fuzzy picture of a video, but this was done that way. Thanks to Dr. Machar for never mind of what is happening, but he's also there for the country. So this is a bad journalism, but sorry for that. Let's hear what he said. His voice has been also doctors. They made it so bad. This is not right. It's completely wrong. But let's hear what he said. He's making a lot of sense.
Lately, the last Council of Ministers, we made a resolution that the Sudanese-Ethiopian conflict, we must send a delegation to them so that they don't quarrel. Let them resolve their issues peacefully, because we have lived war. And we value the relations between these two countries with us, whether it is the Ethiopians or with the Sudanese. Now, in our politics, in our plans, our interests first. But make your plans without any prejudices. Without any prejudices, you know. This is when you will get good plans. This is when you will get assistance from elsewhere. Environmentalists think if we completed the construction of the Jonglei Canal, we will dry up the set. Why would we dry up the set when we know its value? We know its value so much. We know the ecosystem that is there. We know we have a population that lives on it. We know that the water that evaporates in the South region becomes a blessing even in our own country. Why would we dry it? We also know that water is a big sink, carbon sink. The more we have water, the more we manage it, the more we will get resources with the latest economic theories of carbon credit. Why would we destroy it? Why would we allow others to destroy it? I have a belief in the institutions we have established, whether it is the Ministry of Water Resources, the Ministry of Environment, the Ministry of Energy, the Ministry of Transport. There are scientists among them. We cannot undermine them. That is why the debate must be transparent and open. Honorable experts, I think these guys, one person is away, is the Minister of Energy here. He's not here. They have not had the real presentation they would present to you. If you make your conclusions on what you heard in the public, You will have heard the emotions, okay? But you would not know that we have experts here in this country who have the same interests like you know. So I think you should have another opportunity for them to present to you and debate with you before you make your sum up, because your sum up might clash with what they have. They know a lot, you know. That is why university professors leave universities to become undersecretaries in the ministries. You know, it's not a luxury. It is a practical learning place when you are in a ministry of a government. Our institutions might be described, oh, they're still weak. But no, there are people who are very technical, who know the areas they are in. So my request is, you are presented to us, have a meeting, let them give you a presentation, criticize our programs, criticize when they are exposed to you. They didn't. The Ministry of Water, the Ministry of Energy, the Ministry of Environment, the Ministry of Transport. In a hotel, they would present to you. You might find that what we are doing is good. Now, this is my contribution. I want to thank the organizers, the team. Huh? Not yet. Oh, yeah. Not yet. Let them present the sum up. Well, thank you very much for listening.
All right, welcome to South Sudan today. My name is Myung Kwon, and it was very, very great to listen to the views of those who believe dredging and, of course, resumption of Jonglei Canal is nothing wrong. The reason I played Dr. Machar's speech is for everyone to listen to. Like I told you earlier, I'm not an expert, but I need to listen. I need to understand from those, whether they are experts or those who have been there before. Dr. Machar is an engineer himself, but that doesn't qualify him as an expert on water. But it's very important that he knows what happened before and what is happening now. So he told us very clear, even if we are having debate, we must be fair and this debate must be transparent. And we listen to what he said very clearly. So now the point here, and that was the genesis of my question. South Sudanese for the first time have come together. Those who support and those who are against the resumption of Jonglei Canal. I didn't get enough video for those who are actually against it, and I would love to bring it to your attention so you can listen to. Before I give you my point or before I present my positions, if South Sudan can discuss issues like this, we can get somewhere. Because whether you like Dr. Riek Machar, whether you don't like him, whether you oppose his issues, his views, if you give a chance to those who talk about what you think you don't like, then you will learn from something. You will learn from them. And at the same time, too, for those who think, and I think that's the majority, for those who think that Egyptians are coming to take away not only our water, but they are meddling with our system in South Sudan, they have a great point. My only problem here is that for the first time, South Sudanese came together. And the reason, let me talk about those who are against the position, the resumption of Jonglei Canal. The reason we are against those who are against this is because it is dangerous to our country. And not only that, it's dangerous to our country, it also can take life, because if our land dries, that means our people will die, our livestock will die, we will not have river. If that's the case, we now have experts. We have experts in water, how they run. We have experts now that can tell us about the global warming. We have experts now that can tell us what is right and what the pros and the cons of what is happening in our country. But my simple point here is that if South Sudanese can come together for these issues of Jonglei Canal, whether you are for it or you are not for it, it is good. It is good sign. But what I need to ask is that when our people were massacred in Juba, we did not see the experts come out, at least from the legal part, at least from the human right. We did not see the experts. Even those who were not even in the country, nobody mentioned anything. People were killed in Wow, nobody mentioned anything. People were killed in Apenal, nobody mentioned anything. The reason I'm bringing this is because there are some hypocrisy here, at least to my view personally. If these many people who are speaking out now about what's happening in Jonglei could have spoken when massacre happened in Juba, we wouldn't be where we are today. Why? Because when people unite for a cause, others listen. When people unite for a cause, others listen. Those who are opposing Jonglei now, they oppose Jonglei because it will kill our people. It will damage our livestock. That's the case, if that's the case. And I agree with that. But when our people were dying, when our people were killed, they might not be your relatives, but they are South Sudanese. Why didn't you come out? Why didn't you speak out? If you can't speak out in Juba, why don't I hear people on social media? Could this, what happened now in South Sudan is all about social media that come out and again and say this is not right, which is good. So my point here, someone might ask, what is your point, Miyam? My point is that if we can come together as a country for something that we believe is not right, even if we are wrong, that is fine. But we should also come together when our people were being massacred in Juba. Don't tell me that because people were massacred because they have done something wrong. No, they were not all politicians. In fact, they were not even politicians. They were innocent people. So this is my point. Now coming back to Jonglei Canal resumptions and the dredging, I'm going to give you 2 points. Two positions, but they mean one both. If I talk to you as individual from South Sudan, I must first give my weight to people who understand. I will give my positions, my understanding to those who tell us that, to the experts who tell us that these are the pros and cons that we will find. But after I listened to the voice of reasonings, I think there's nothing wrong. Because one thing that I believe in is that as long as we are a nation, we are our own republics. Not only that, we can stop the Jonglei Canal from one end to the other, but we decide what to do with it as a country. A nation is a nation because of connection with other nations. Yes, of course, it cannot be a nation just to give our water to people in Egypt. No, nobody will agree with that. But we got to open our minds. It was the same Egypt that was doing everything with us the other day. I'm not going to get into that as a politics. But if our rivers that are getting filled up with dirt and a lot of, now even we have these water bottles, where are they going? They are going into our rivers. So dredging should be not the biggest problem. So my point here is that Dr. Machar has clearly explained to us there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. But to those who have voiced out hearsays, I'm not going to go back to it, but there's nothing as such. This is our country, and we must do right. Because if you want something right for yourself, make sure you accept right for others as well. We cannot always go against things just because we hate the other, Mr. X or Mr. Y. If I'm wrong that I can support the dredging, that is fine. But defeat me with reasoning. That's how our country will go forward. Multi-partisan system is a lot better. But what I don't understand is that the government, as a national government, have decided that this will move on. Now, the president has chipped. So let's see. Let's see what the end game will be. But let's go what is best for our people. I want to say thanks to all of you. It has been a pleasure having you on this show, night in and night out, every Wednesday. Last Wednesday we missed the show because I was not here and I went to another state and I had no chance to be live with you people. So I only played some music and let the time go. So I want to say thanks to our viewers, those who have been watching. I had anticipated our people to contribute, but it's getting late. We want to make sure that we have time for tomorrow. But next week, we'll have more topic, more discussions, and more guests on our show. For now, I want to say goodbye, and God bless South Sudan, and God bless what country you might be from. I'm from America. Bye-bye.
Today we are free. Oh yes, we are free at last. Freedom has come today. We had it. day.